What's up everyone, Rain here with another review, and today we're going to be talking about Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Now, with this game, I will let you know, here's your spoiler alert, I'm going to be talking about a lot of story stuff and things along those lines. So if you haven't played this game yet, go ahead and click off the video. I won't mind. I understand. Go watch some of my other content or something, play this game and come back. It's all good. But consider yourself warned. Here's your official spoiler alert. Now let's get right into it. This game has a plethora of things to do. However, I will say that Ubisoft is treading on some water here, as this game is almost a carbon copy of Assassin's Creed Odyssey, with its gameplay mechanics and certain other things within the game. The last few Assassin's Creed games, Origins, Odyssey, and now this one, they all just feel similar. And given this game is a good game, it's fun to play, but Ubisoft they need to find some innovation because they are heading down Madden territory, where it's almost copy and paste. Given this game is still, in my opinion, worth your $60 or your $70, depending on if you're playing on PlayStation 5 or PlayStation 4. However, I will say, despite this game being worth your money, there's a lot of things to do in this game, and sometimes it's a bit overwhelming, because some of it doesn't seem like it belongs in the game, and other times there's just no end to how much there is to do. You can clear out entire areas of things to do, look at the map, and you still have so much more to do, which is a good thing, but it is intimidating. There are a lot of different areas in this game to explore, from England to Norway, even Finland, or as they call it, Vinland, and a few areas in Asgard. So you're going to be exploring a lot of the time. However, I feel like some of these areas are a bit just shoved in there just to extend the length of the game. For example, Finland. When I got sent to Finland and they took my weapons and armor away, I figured, well, this is going to be a change of pace. Maybe they're going to focus more on stealth. And, maybe this is going to be your stealth portion of the game. I get to Finland, and I'm unfortunately hit with the realization that this game is just kind of... it's just fodder. It's cannon fodder. It's literally put in the game just to extend it. You're going all the way to Vinland for literally one character. You're going there just to assassinate a single character. Now, I don't understand because Vinland's not a very big area, and it just feels like it was thrown in there just for shits and giggles sometimes. Now, given the game is fun, but it does have a lot of issues. It has a lot of problems. I've dealt with a lot of bugs in this game. Data corruptions, blue screens, the works. There was a few times where my data got corrupted and I thought I was going to have to restart my entire playthrough. Luckily, I didn't have to. Unlike another Ubisoft game, which I did a review on earlier, that I won't speak of right now. But this game, it is worth your $60. I'm just going to throw it out there. It's worth your $60. It's worth a playthrough, even maybe two. It's got a lot of replayability. However, it does feel bloated. It does feel like there's a lot of stuff that was put in this game literally just to extend the game's length. But I did have fun. I had fun exploring England. I had fun exploring Norway. And Asgard was one of my favorite parts of the game. Though Asgard somewhat does feel a little lackluster. Felt like they could have done a little bit more with that area as well. Now, given everything in this game, there's so much to do. So much to do. You got mysteries, which are these side quests that have a little blue aura on them on the map. And if you go to them, you usually find yourself dealing with certain situations. Some of them may be asking you for your help. Some of them may just want you to fight them. There are these really powerful enemies in the game called Drengir, as well as witches. These characters are very difficult to fight, and very entertaining to fight in my opinion. So be wary if you're going after these mystery quests, because you might find yourself fighting something that's 100 levels higher than you are. Just be warned. But It's interesting and it's fun. And then you got these white dots on your map, which lead you to collectibles, Roman artifacts, curse marks, and you got tattoo designs, which you can put on your character and other things like that. There's just a lot of different things to do. And then, of course, treasures, which leads you to treasures to help you do other things in the game, as well as armor. Now, given all that, you do get a settlement in this game, which I thought was pretty sweet. I thought it was pretty well done. It takes a little while to get to the settlement. You have to play through an entire portion in Norway before you can get to your settlement. But once you get to your settlement, and you start working on building your settlement, the game opens up a bit. The beginning of this game is kind of at a snail's pace. It does take a bit to open up, but once you get to your settlement, Ravensthorpe, and you start building on it, you can start opening up shops, stables, and a bunch of different other things in your settlement, to where you can go kind of like a little hub area, sell your trinkets, buy some new weapons and armor and runes, and talk to the people who live in your settlement. Some of them even have side quests for you. Now, I thought it was kind of funny that you can actually romance people in this game. They're taking a page out of BioWare's early book from Mass Effect and things like that, but there's a few different characters that you can romance in this game. But the romance options are, in my opinion, kind of limited, and it's not the main focus of the game, and I understand that. But it was just kind of interesting to see that they went that route. Outside of side quests, artifacts to collect, and things to do in your settlement, there are also a lot of different activities you can do throughout the game, from fishing and hunting to playing dice games and flighting. Flighting basically being rap before rap. It's like a rap battle, basically. But there's a lot of things to do, and I kept myself entertained for quite a while. The game is filled with things to do, all over the place. I put almost 100 hours into this game, and for good reason, because I was exploring and trying to do everything that I could. Now let's get into the juicy bits. And what I mean by that is the level up system. I actually like how you level up your character in this game. It progresses quite well, quite naturally in my opinion. Every now and then you'll be given a few skill points here and there by doing random events in the world as well as leveling up. Your power dictates how strong your character is. You'll be fighting people who are higher level than you in power and also lower power than you. And some of the areas in this game are closed off to lower power characters. You have to be certain power in order to really stand a chance going to these areas. And I enjoyed leveling up my character. I thought the level up tree in this game was quite well balanced. You can go any of which 3 areas where you want to go, which is basically melee combat, stealth combat, and range combat, respectively. I kind of sided more towards stealth and melee than I did range, but you could play this game basically however you want to play it. I mean, you are a Viking, so me being the kind of person who likes to play Viking straight up, I was doing a lot of melee combat, and every now and then I was doing stealth here and there. Let's get into the story, though. I want to talk about this story because, I mean, the story is, it's not very memorable. It's not a bad story. It's interesting. It kept me entertained. There are a few bits and parts here and there where the game is good. But it's your classic revenge story. It's basically, this guy kills your parents while you're a child. You hunt him down later on, you kill him, and then you end up hunting his son and killing his son. It's your classic revenge story. They killed my parents, so I'm going to kill you. And once you get to that point where you get your revenge, the story, in my opinion, kind of drops a little bit because it loses its direction. You're going out and you're getting all these different alliances and things like that, and you don't really know why right off the bat. You eventually do find out why. The game does have some betrayal in it and things like that, but I felt like the story was quite lackluster. There's not enough memorable moments in this game's story. There's one particular part I did like, and that's when you're helping Oswald become king of East Anglia. That, in my opinion, was the highlight of the story. That and going to Asgard. But that doesn't really pertain to the story. That's more of a side thing. It's its own thing. But the story in this game isn't spectacular. It's not bad. It just doesn't have any real memorable moments. I found myself having a hard time of figuring out what exactly I wanted to give this game. Part of me wanted to give it something lower than what I originally was going to give it, and part of me actually thought it was better than it actually was. But then I came to my senses, and I think it's well deserving of what I give it. I'm going to give this game an 8 out of 10. I don't think it's any higher than an 8, and I don't think it's any lower than an 8. I think it's right there at an 8 out of 10. And I can't give this a must-buy because of how many bugs and how many crashes that I had during the game. They need to fix this game. And outside of that, it's a good game. It's got plenty of content, plenty of things to do. But it's not the best Assassin's Creed game I would say I've ever played. I would say Odyssey is a bit better, even though I gave Odyssey a little lower of a score than this game. I feel like this game has more to do than Odyssey did, and that ultimately factored into why I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. That being said, Ubisoft, this is a warning to you. You're treading water. You gotta find some innovation. You gotta figure out what you're doing, and you need to, in my opinion, find a better way to do these Assassin's Creed games. Because this was a good game, don't get me wrong. But you're starting to get into that copy and paste feel, where almost all of your games are starting to feel the same. And I honestly have an opinion that both this, as well as Assassin's Creed Odyssey, could have easily been their own IPs. They could have been their own titles. I don't know why they feel they have to slap Assassin's Creed on everything. I don't know, I guess because it sells. But I think that this would have been better off as its own standalone game. Now, given that, it is an 8 out of 10. I do believe that. And I do think it's worth your money to buy. But I would also suggest maybe waiting until it's on sale to give Ubisoft a bit more time to fix the problems that are in this game. The crashes, the data corruptions. But if you don't want to wait and you want to go out and play this game now, it is worth your $60. It'll give you many hours of playtime. You'll have a good time playing it until it crashes or you have to restart. But it's a good game. It is 8 out of 10. And yeah, I got nothing more to say on it except Ubisoft, you gotta switch it up, man. You do. You gotta find some innovation. So yeah, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, 8 out of 10. Wait until it's on sale if you can. If you can't, go ahead and buy it at full price, but buyer beware. It does have some problems, some glitches. And yeah, thanks for watching my content. Please like and subscribe, and rain out.